So babies are amazing. Your first year of life was remarkable. At a certain point in a baby's life, they realize they can start to pull up on stuff, and they can pull, and they're standing. And once they start doing that, they will not stop pulling until they can get themselves upright. And once they are upright and they start to take those first steps, and then they're off walking. Nothing can keep them down. It's a big game changer for parents. They say that nobody is faster in the world than a toddler who has been asked, "What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? Go!" Right? So I know that you guys have all experienced that desire to do something and put in the effort because you are all walkers. Desire and effort. Those are themes in our lives. So when I was 19, I worked in a restaurant, and I worked there a lot. And everybody that worked at that restaurant, even the customers that came to that restaurant, we were all like family. So I was finishing up a shift one night, and a man came in, he had this whole bucket of golf balls, and he said, "We are going to stack golf balls." I said, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean we're going to stack golf balls? We weren't going to use any glue or anything. We're just going to stack them on the table." He said, 2 golf balls are really hard to stack, and 3 golf balls are really, really hard to stack, and 4 golf balls, it's like impossible. So I was 19 at the time, and I did not like anybody tell me that something was impossible that I couldn't do. So by the end of the night, I was placing my 4th golf ball on the top just right, and it stayed, and the whole place went wild. The people were hugging me and cheering. It was like I won the Olympics. 4 golf balls stacked. It was amazing. It was a reminder that if I had desire and I was willing to put in the effort, I could do things that I thought were impossible, that were hard. So there are people in the world who can run a mile in under 4 minutes. And anybody that runs for speed knows that that is really, really hard.
Special Olympics.
Yes, Special Olympics. So other people have climbed Mount Everest. That's over 29,000 feet. It's so cold. They had to have the desire and the effort to do it. I know somebody that can play the organ like nobody's business. Desire and effort. And all of those people have had to have good leaders. You know, in our Christian life, our biggest goal is to be so connected to God. So connected to God every minute of every day that God's love pours out through our lives into the world. That takes desire, and it takes effort, and it takes good leaders. So athletes, I don't know any world-class athlete that does not have a good coach. I don't know any great musician that hasn't had good teachers. For Christians, we have pastors. We happen to have a wonderful pastor. And you have your parents. We try. Okay, we try. We're not always great. And you have to practice. So if Matt didn't practice, he couldn't maintain that level of ability that he has. If runners don't run, they'll get out of shape. And if you don't practice loving, you'll become disconnected from God. So this week, I want you to ask yourself, do you have the desire to be in a close relationship with God? Do you desire that connection? And what effort are you willing to put in to get it? So practice, practice, practice all week. Be with me in prayer. Gracious and loving God, help us to have that desire, to stay in connection with you, to have a close and loving relationship, so much so that our lives would be full of love. Help us to put into the effort, to get it done each day, to pour love out into the world. In your name, amen.